It is paradoxical yet true to say that the more we know, the more ignorant we become in the absolute sense. For it is only through enlightenment that we become conscious of our limitations. Precisely one of the most gratifying results of intellectual evolution is the continuous opening up of new and greater prospects. Limitless with Chris Hemsworth is a Disney Plus 6-part docuseries created by Darren Aronofsky and Ari Handel, and quite simply is a guide to living a physically strong, mentally resilient, and free from fear lifestyle. Each episode, the mighty Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, is put to the test to see how much of a superhero he is in real life. And what this doco does is not only prove that he is one of the most likable actors in Hollywood, but indeed a man that demonstrates all the qualities needed in the journey to living an exemplary life. The modern world has insulated the average human from their potential, and many of us, including myself till this moment, have surrendered to an insipid lifestyle. I've always had a call to greatness, that voice in the back of your mind, keeping me accountable, reminding me of my ambitions, and yet poisoning me with self-doubt. This docuseries came into my life at what feels like the pivotal moment. As we approach a new year and my quarter-life crisis begins to manifest, I needed a wake-up call, and Limitless has given it to me. Not only is it entertaining, but it's incredibly insightful, with its animated explanations of intricate science to its bold and expansive social experiments that test the limits of Chris Hemsworth. Episode 1, Stress Proof, showcases the importance of being calm under pressure. Hemsworth is put in dangerous scenarios, fighting extreme heat, holding his breath tied up underwater, and traversing a high-rise building. As amusing as it is watching this Hollywood superstar overcome adversity in the real world, the lesson I took away from this episode is how important focus and controlling your breathing in stressful moments is. A lesson I'll take into my career as a live entertainment camera operator. The box breathing technique specifically. Try it now. I guarantee you'll feel the change in your mind doing this for 1 minute. Episode 2, Shock, really opened my eyes to how resilient and powerful the human body is when battling unfathomable cold and heat. The body's ability to combat these vast differences in temperature and not only overcome it, but harness that experience to make you stronger and prevent harmful disease that can lead to death. It's impressive, which is why I look forward to undertaking experiences in a cold plunge and the sauna. Episode 3, Fasting, reintroduced me to a concept I've heard before on podcasts and demonstrated it in a very real, visual way, where Hemsworth is the guinea pig. Seeing the highs and lows of a 4-day fast has on the body was insightful, especially how your ketones affect alertness to the environment. Foods that are offered to us and that we eat so conveniently in this modern world are often not good for us, especially in excess. And understanding how the glucose you get from that food directly impacts your cells was key to me thinking differently about my diet, how much I eat, and what time of day I eat. Like Hemsworth, I plan to incorporate a form of fasting into my lifestyle, but not limiting myself and maximizing the most out of food in my pursuit for a strong, healthy physique. Episode 4, Strength, really hit home for me because it made me consider what I had not before. When you get old, do you want to be strong and mobile enough to have fun with your grandchildren and interact freely with the world? For me, that answer was an overwhelming yes, and what I had previously thought of as strength being a young person's game has now been recontextualized to be prepare your body in your youth to maximize strength potential, but create a foundation that will not falter with age. Socrates once said, "No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which the body is capable. Episode 5, Memory, was quite confronting for Hemsworth, coming to terms with his susceptibility to Alzheimer's. I've seen firsthand the effects dementia has on a person with my grandfather. I'm sure you may have experienced it affecting someone you know as well. A tragic illness that most young people won't even comprehend because its possibility seems so down the line to them. For me, whose social life has regressed recently, I believe it's important that I don't numb myself into a dull couch potato lifestyle, and instead challenge myself and undertake new tasks in order to keep my hippocampus robust. Something I look forward to doing in 2024. And lastly, episode 6, Acceptance, was a beautifully constructed episode that artistically does swing for the fences, I must admit, but the emotional through line and message it was trying to get across hit me like a ton of bricks. Hemsworth this time is thrust into a social experiment where he learns what it feels like to be old and live in an aged care facility, eventually coming to the realization you must live every day to the fullest. Lots of profound wisdom can be learned from this episode, and each story and life experience shared was heartbreaking, but ultimately so inspiring. Getting old and frail is not something that should be feared, it should be embraced. The decisions you make when you're young should benefit in the strongest sense your future old self. And finally, this episode taught me that life flashes by in an instant with unpredictable twists and turns all the way through. So make sure you capitalize your time on this earth and leave a positive impact on your family, your community, the world, but most importantly, yourself. Because
living my longest, healthiest, happiest life, that's going to be the work of a lifetime.
if you enjoyed this video, check this one out. You might also like this one. So go on, press it.